What's up, horror peeps? This is AJ Horror Reviewer, here to give you a new review. And the movie I've selected today, and sorry for my voice cracking up, but just got over a head cold, or I'm getting over a head cold, and I just decided to throw out my favorite movie to watch when I'm sick, and that is The Cabin in the Woods from 2011. This one's rated R. It's an hour and a half. It got a 92% on Rotten Tomato. Fans gave it a 74%. It's still not too bad. I think this one is currently on Hulu. So, good one to check out. This is probably, in my opinion, the best comedy horror of all time. Which is bold, I know. That's why I said it's my opinion. So, don't jump on me. Let me just jump into the director, who is Drew Goddard, who also co-wrote this with Joss Whedon. Goddard did a screenwrite for Cloverfield, and I think he was involved in 10 Cloverfield Lane as the executive producer. He also wrote some episodes of Lost and Buffy. And Joss Whedon, you already know him. A lot of people aren't big fans of him. I'm not either. But let's jump into the cast. We got Kristen Connolly, who plays Dana in this. She was in The Bay. We've got Chris Hemsworth, who is Kurt in this one. I mean, you know who Chris Hemsworth is. I'm not even going to go into that. We got Anna Hutchinson, who plays Jules in this she's in Sugar Mountain, and I guess she was in the Power Rangers from the 90s. If you're into the Power Rangers, you probably remember her. Then we have, let me keep going, Franz Kranz, who plays Marty in this one. He was in You Might Be the Killer, among other things. And then we've got Kevin Williams from Jacob's Ladder from 2019. He plays Holden. Sorry, this is a giant cast. I feel like I should mention most of them. Then we got Richard Jenkins, who plays Sitterson in this. He was in the Jeffrey Dahmer show that came out not too long ago. He plays the dad, man, and he's just in a bajillion things. So, moving on, we've got Bradley Whitford, who I love, plays Hadley in this, who's in Get Out, among a ton of other things as well. And then we got, who plays a very small part in this, I won't go into detail about that, Sigourney Weaver. Most people know her from Alien, if you're horror / sci-fi fan. Now that I've got that out of the way, I can just kind of jump into this. Immediately, you get the impression that this is a government trying to do something, but you're not sure what at the beginning. And it follows these 5 characters that are college age, I believe, and they're going off to the cabin in the woods. So for just a weekend of fun, party, whatever. And each character has certain characteristics that this government program, whatever you want to call it, sees in them, and pretty much brought them there without their own knowledge. So I'll give you kind of the characters that they look for. It's the whore, the virgin, the athlete, the fool, and the scholar. So basically, they're looking for those characteristics, and they bring them to a specific location where they basically choose their own fate. They go to this room that's in the cellar, and they basically find stuff down there, and it basically brings out the villains, so to speak. I'm not going to give away too much on that. But basically, they choose how they're going to, die, essentially. And they're killed in a specific order. Um, and that's basically the premise of it. I think the kills in this are great. The acting is awesome. I love the comedy in it. And there's like two sides to this. There's the, whatever you want to call them, government people that have their own sort of comedy. And then the college kids that have a different sort of comedy, which, and the horror obviously takes place in the cabin, at the cabin with the college kids. And yeah, this is just, I can't tell you how much I love this movie. It's so good. Um, and I will say, without giving too much away, I try not to give too many spoilers in this, although the previews give away a lot. So if you don't want too many spoilers, don't watch the preview if you haven't seen it. But the last 10 minutes are just bonkers, just crazy. And you don't necessarily really know exactly what's going to happen, because you think, oh, is this going to happen? Is this, this, like, you kind of have a thought in your head of what might happen, but it's kind of nice that they don't necessarily 100% give away everything, even though you see that there's this whole government plan going on in the background. But I will just say, I hope, or I wish they would make more of these somehow. And if you haven't seen it, you're like, well, you just gave away a spoiler. Not really, didn't really give away a spoiler there, but you'll understand. And I wish we could get more of these films. I think they can make a handful of them. That's about all I've got to say on this one. I try to make these short because I know you don't want to listen to me talk for 20 minutes. But this is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. So I had to give it a little bit of love. And I feel a little better from my head cold now that I watched it. It sounds stupid. So I'll shut up now. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this content. And I'll see you next time.